Okay, Miss Tammy, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. Can I have everybody stand, take your hats off, and let's say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Miss Tammy, can you do a roll call?
Trustee Bass,
Present.
Trustee Boxer,
Here.
Trustee Byler,
Excuse.
Trustee Manning,
Here.
Trustee Mercer,
Absent.
Board Chair Miskowitz,
Here.
Vice Chair Oldenburg,
Here.
Trustee Ramsey.
Here.
We have a quorum, thank you.
Next on the agenda is public comment. At this time, does the public have any?
That's me, right?
No, you're in our discussion,
Oh,
so
okay.
you're good.
Do you have anything, Travis?
So that's the only thing, I'm Travis Baker, I'm with Harlow School Bus Service. Some of you guys have met before, Kyra, I remember you, and, I just wanted to, reach out to all of y'all and see if there are any things that you want me to be aware of. We're coming up on our contract negotiations, for the contract, we are gonna have a proposal ready for you guys, for your April board meeting, which is in 2 months, and therefore I just wanted to reach out and see if there's anything you guys would like to see.
Appreciate you coming. So do we expire
The end of this year
At the end
and
of this year.
at the end of this year?
the school year, but in our contract, it says April the 30th, start negotiations with Harlow's.
Awesome.
When do they have to be finished? To start them?
Well, technically, we would theoretically want a working contract by the beginning of the school year.
So that,
I would imagine Harlow's needs a little longer than before the, what is the?
Yeah, so the benefit of, staying with Harlow's is gonna be asset allocation. We already have all assets allocated here. That has been one thing that I've been working on is getting some of the older, not so dependable buses updated with, better options. I just sent one in specifically because it was a short bus that had auto chains. I felt like that would be a perfect fit for the routes out in Heron. Lo and behold, we had the mildest winter I think I've ever seen in my life, but, we've got auto chains on a spare bus so that we're not, having to slip and slide around. The other thing, the one thing I do remember from my boss is he was wanting to know how much you guys are using that little 14 passenger bus, cause, as of right now, we do have that one inspected for routes to be able to be kind of an emergency. Hey, we need to go out and pick up kids, cause my, dispatcher, she doesn't have her CDL yet, she is working on that. But it gives us an option to where, we have something in case of emergency to be able to get the kids to school. However, I know that my boss was kind of wondering how much we use that, cause it is on a mile, lease, like I know, Dana, she used that, up over to Hot Springs, I think it was, wasn't it? Or something like
BPA
that.
to Kalispell.
BPA to Kalispell. I
Yes.
just remember she said she got a check engine light coming up, Baker Grade out of Plains there, but, yeah, so anything that you guys want to see addressed in the contract, things like that, if you want to set any, age limits, anything you'd like to see, contract per mile price, things like that, those are things to start thinking about, hit me with them. I am more of a mediator in all of this. I will convey the concerns that you have, the things that you would like to see in the contract, be part of the contract. I'm not responsible for setting the terms of the contract. I'm responsible for carrying out what is decided in the contract and making sure that kids are safe on day-to-day operations. But, I am here to mediate if you guys have any concerns that you need me to, relay to the people who do make those decisions, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have any other concerns for Mr. Travis?
at this moment, you know.
Do you
I'll
guys
be here next
foresee
month.
any needed changes contractually?
In all honesty, there's some verbiage that I already mentioned to him, I can't remember off the top of my head, but just the way, things are kind of, phrased, I know, I can't remember what it was in Knoxon that caught my eye, but, like I remember maybe like, they pay a fuel surcharge and then they, and then they charge us back for fuel, and I'm like, why do we do it that way? Why can't we just make things simpler? I don't like legal jargon, therefore there are some things that I want to simplify, and I know that my boss Francis, he is trying to work on that because there's a lot of legal jargon. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
And I'll be here next month as well, so that you guys, if you do think of something that you want to throw at me, and if you think of something off the top of your head, you know, I think, Joel has my cell phone number, Tammy has my cell phone number, you can, reach out through them as well. Yeah, I'm available pretty much anytime, it just sometimes takes me time to respond, so, yeah.
He responds well to emails too.
Yeah.
Us.
Well, yeah, Matt was emailing me that, wintry, blustery day down the bitter road there, so, yeah.
Yeah, we were in close contact.
Any other public comments at this time? Okay, moving on to reports, information only. I don't have anything to report at this time. So, Mr. Havens.
Yes, ma'am, seasons come to close here shortly and some will be starting up. Our junior high boys closed up this last weekend. If you had a chance to go watch them or go to the game or watch them online. The high school has a home game this Friday night, their last one. So come on and watch that if you haven't got a chance to, or watch them online. Next weekend, tournament in Polson, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Brackets, you can see them. We posted a bunch down there in the gym. You can get them from me. So that's kind of that is exciting time. From there, after basketball, we get about like 2 or 3 weeks off, and then track and baseball and softball get started March 16th. So that's coming up right around the corner. You would never guess by looking outside, but the track's already been starting to be used. They've already kind of started walking out on the baseball field. Our softball field, because we co-op with Thompson Falls, we play down there, and Thompson Falls brings their kids down here, and we take all our kids down there. It works out that we don't have to share a field. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Oh,
Mr. Havens,
Yes,
I do
ma'am.
have one question for you.
yes, ma'am.
Since we're rolling to the end of our basketball season,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you've been traveling and everything, can you tell me if our gate fees are still on the low side?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can, well, next weekend, right? The officials get $85 a game that they ref. Right now, they're getting 80, right? But when you go to tournament, so like a tournament like that, that's $7,000 easy for the tournament. I mean, at that gate though, we usually get that all covered, and in the past, it's covered. But at our home, you know, we're okay at the beginning of the year because we get a lot of season passes. But it was interesting. One junior high game, it was funny because there was 4 out of town people, and I went pointing people out to myself. I'm like, season pass, season pass, season pass, season pass, season pass. I mean, there must have been 25 or 30 season pass people, which is great because, right? but there was only for the first 2 hours, 4 that were not from our school. And, you know, some people can travel behind their team, some people don't. But so, yeah, I mean, it's getting to where, yeah, I'm sure in the red. I'm not.
When we wrap up with basketball season, I will have that information all compiled, how much came in on gate, how much went out to referees.
And it's
Gate
hard.
never covers refs.
No,
That has to
if
fall
we- if
into
it-
general budget.
If we can cover half,
Mhm.
I mean, that's probably a pretty good number.
Okay.
You know, but you know, I said at the beginning of the year, I said I would try to. There's no way you can do this. Count how many. I mean, what's the count? You know, come up with a number that are games. There's no way with season passes. When a family of 4 or 5 show up, I don't have a clicker on me,
Right.
right? So there's never a set number, but I mean, you can kind of tell by watching over the last couple of years where it's, you know, but it's getting.
I want to be able to get our parents as much warning ahead of time if we decide to raise gate, pay to play, do all of that we talked about last year
Yeah.
before school started.
Right.
But it was too close to the season to make any decisions for this year.
I mean,
But
You, $10 a person for an adult to go into Charlotte's gym.
mhm.
If you, and that's what they charge.
Yeah.
10 for adult, 8 for kids. I mean, and they don't make money either. I mean, if you could ever break even,
Mhm.
you know, being a year, yeah, you're breaking even, you're okay with volleyball and football because of the season passes that are bought. But when basketball comes and baseball comes, you know, and there is other things like, you know, track usually has event fees to get into events and everything like that. So we would love to be half. I don't know if that's feasible.
I'll compile all the information, that's
Okay.
where they're.
Thank you, Miss Tammy. Thank you,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Havens. It
You're
was
welcome.
just something I would like to get us ahead of the game this year.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we'll probably be personally 4 short,
Okay.
maybe more. Because I not think baseball. I think of baseball that's 7, 8. We won't get them from Great Falls like they threatened to do it to us last year.
Okay.
We'll just cancel it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Nope, you're
Cameron,
good.
is that something we could look at in maybe May or so that there's actually time to digest information and have conversations and
Get it.
try and have a good
Full
decision
steps.
ahead of next fall?
Yep. Yeah, I've started working on a spreadsheet with, here's football, this is how much it costs. Referees, coaches,
Awesome.
travel, fuel, here's volleyball, this is how much it costs. So
Wonderful.
break each sport down, so we can see big picture overall, this is what sports cost in here.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't, when you get that number, you're gonna choke because it's rather large.
Yeah.
100,000 easy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you.
Thank you, guys. Miss Tammy, can you please show for the record that Mr. Mercer was here at 6:12?
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Thank you.
happens.
Okay. Student council, Mr. Duffy, I do not see him.
See him now.
Okay. Now the floor is yours, Mr. Ramsey.
Good. There's new federal legislation called the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act of 2025 that allowed for schools to begin to offer whole milk at lunch. We've begun offering whole milk at lunch. The cost on that is pretty minimal.
$2, 2 cents a carton.
2 cents a carton more. So we're offering whole milk at lunch. The funny thing about that legislation is that it applies only to lunch. It does not apply to breakfast. So we're still offering our previous milk offerings at breakfast, but whole milk is being offered at lunch.
Is that
Great.
Now I have a crazy question because is that because of the calorie content for the days that the child should have? per
I
day?
don't know the rationale behind that.
Okay.
It is, cause they still have to follow calorie
Calorie
guidelines
guidance.
overall for each meal.
Yep.
Makes me feel better. Just an oversight.
We finalized our spring count today, just today. Submitted to the state, 161 total students. So, got that.
Is that up from fall count?
That is up from fall.
What
was the fall?
40,
You
40.
do.
133?
I thought
I
it was
believe
147.
So,
Four
Maybe you're right.
students in school, but we've got the pre-K in that.
That's included.
Our school will be participating in the Montana Prevention Needs Survey. This is a survey that's funded by the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services Behavioral Health and Development Disabilities Division. The results of that survey will be used to help plan substance abuse prevention strategies and programs in our community. This is a survey that is completely anonymous. Students will not put their names on the survey. No one is connected to any individual student with his or her responses. Participation in that survey is completely voluntary. Students may decline to participate at any time, and they can skip any question they don't wish to answer. The survey questions would cover alcohol, drugs, tobacco, family and community factors related to substance use and abuse. We've administered this survey in past years. The survey window closes April 24th. We've not yet selected a date for administering that survey, but we will be sending letters home to families, and they'll be able to opt out of taking that survey. Montana has been awarded a $4 million U.S. Department of Labor teacher apprenticeship grant to launch the state's first registered teacher apprenticeship program. So this would be a program, an alternative program to teacher certification. It's designed for people who are currently working in schools in a classified capacity to get their bachelor's degree and a teaching certificate. It lowers then the financial and structural barriers to those people to obtain those certifications and those degrees. Some of the things that that grant will cover would be tuition and books and supplies for teacher apprentices. One of the stipulations is the apprentices be paid employees of a school district and remain employed with the district throughout the program as classified employees. Each apprentice would get a teacher mentor, and that program is, the state is going to offer it to about 160 apprentices total. I have 3 classified employees who've expressed strong interest to being in that program. So this is a way for us to kind of grow our own teachers from within. Many other states have alternative pathways to teacher certification, and this is the first one in Montana, and I think it's a great opportunity. I've been in contact with Western Governors University, who's interested in applying for the grant. We don't apply for the grant, the universities apply for the grant and then choose school districts to partner with. And then for districts our size, where there maybe are 5 or fewer potential apprentices, they would partner us with other districts and give those people opportunities to get their bachelor's degrees and teacher certification. So I think it's a pretty innovative grant and a great opportunity for some of our staff to become teachers.
So would those apprentice teachers have their own classroom and they would just be working with the mentor, or would there actually be the mentor and the apprentice in the classroom? all the time?
I am going to be attending on Thursday this week a webinar, gaining more information. I believe it's going to be they remain as classified employees while they're going through and doing their coursework, and then they would be assigned a mentor. That mentor may be virtual, but it gives them an opportunity to go through the coursework to get their teacher certification. At some point, I imagine they would be, placed in like a student teacher role somewhere. Typically, student teachers are placed with a classroom teacher, and they work in the same classroom with that classroom teacher. So it may require our teachers to volunteer to be a mentor teacher in the classroom.
So is the grant helping offset individual costs or district costs?
Individual costs,
Individual costs.
so that those people have a pathway to go and get their bachelor's and
Cool.
become a teacher.
Do we have teachers that are willing to mentor?
Yes. we do.
Fantastic.
And finally, I received notice on February 3rd that our application to the Gifted and Talented Grant was approved. This was a matching grant, totaling $7,500. So we will be able to begin a Gifted and Talented program, beginning in our elementary school.
Awesome. Well done.
And that's what I've got.
Do you know anything about stair construction?
Stair construction is beginning this week. The stairs are there. They're waiting on the delivery of a crane, waiting on the county to approve transporting the crane here. If they're able to get that, I think that the crane is slated to be here Thursday. And we'll get our stairs put in hopefully beginning this week. But they are there up on the hill right now.
Don't know if the county's gonna approve it or not. Or did you hear something late today?
Dan, did you hear any definitive word on the crane?
No, not,
No definitive word on the
it's all up
crane.
to county, it's because of the 300-pound breakup limit on the roads right now. So,
And I mean, if they,
they're looking at different directions of doing everything, they got several pieces of equipment, but the crane is the safest and the proper way to do this.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a little
Maybe
worried
Thursday.
if they can't get it. I don't know what, I mean, we might be a couple months before load limits come on.
are you committing? Yeah.
Yeah, we may need to all go out there and 1, 2, 3
Grab
later.
one.
Crane apart. So bring it in multiple pieces.
Hopefully, county will.
I wouldn't guarantee that.
What's
at
that?
all. I wouldn't guarantee that at all. I would say no. They're gonna say no. And in my experience, trying to get what we want,
Yeah, no, I talked to her today.
hard enough to get a dump truck where you need it. And
In the winter, we can't do that.
How big of a
Especially when it's
crane?
yours.
So we can't.
What's that?
How big of a crane?
I don't know how big it is.
how big
Do you know
crane?
How big a crane?
But it's, and I say a 50-ton crane, that's what it's capable of picking up. How much it actually weighs, I don't know, but apparently it does exceed the breakup limits, so.
Does it exceed the bridge limits?
I think they'd have to come through here and
They would come back and, yeah, down that.
This one has to go up to Heron and come back down on the back road, so maybe if it dries out a little
Fix
bit,
the
they'll give
potholes.
us a break.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough back there.
Well, fingers crossed, but
Fingers crossed. But the stairs are there. They're ready to be put in.
It's a good first step.
You always climb up the slide, right?
Yeah. Climb up this one.
Alright, moving on to consent agenda, can I get a motion on item 4A through D?
make a motion to approve consent agenda items 4A through D.
I second.
Public discussion? Board discussion?
I only have one question on payroll. Since I started tracking however long ago, this was our most expensive subs and coaches month
Because that
for January.
is all of the coaching pay for high school boys and girls basketball, junior high. coaches as well. So the coaches, so all the coaches run under that piece of it.
They get paid out like once per season, or do they?
Once per season, and I have to have their checks ready, so as soon as their season is over, they are ready to go to them.
Gotcha.
So I had to do it in January because their seasons will probably be done before the February payroll.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Was that the same for subs too, or were there just a surplus of subs?
I don't think there was a whole lot of subs, I think most of that was, the coach's expenses. But let me look, oh, and it also does include adult ed. Some of the adult ed teachers also got paid out for hours.
Makes sense.
Any further questions? The desktop junior high computers,
They're not in yet. Well, that was the first set
okay,
of them.
No, they're in.
There,
The second
set
seven,
is
the
in.
7 that were for the junior high piece, and that is the REAP grant funds.
mm-hmm. I was just wondering, like, it says computer, so I'm hoping there's more than one for
There's
$4,000.
Seven of
them.
Okay,
And it's broke out through different funds. Because Fund 115 paid for a certain amount of them,
okay,
of that grant,
right,
and then 129 paid for the others. And then the other piece of that is the normal monthly rate
mm-hmm.
of
For
our,
the IT.
of our IT services.
Oh.
I have one question on the regular board meeting minutes. So the January 12th meeting. In the public comment section, the last sentence, Mrs. MacArthur is here, and the last sentence says, feels she needs more support from the board, both as a teacher and a parent. I don't remember that from the board part.
I watched the video,
You watched the video?
I did,
Okay,
cause I questioned that as well, and for my notes, so I watched the video.
thank you very much.
Any further questions?
But I will double check that, cause now I'm thinking about it again, so I'll double check.
And just to clarify, 1520 prevents any official communications, and I did reach out after the last meeting, with Kelva to, cause I was approached, to do so. And again, she recommends that we stay to 1520, we direct any staff or teacher staff, anybody that works for Noxon, that, to go through Mr. Ramsey. So, just so you guys heads up. Any further questions or concerns?
Yeah, but as a parent on that side of things.
If she, as a parent, if you have a situation where you feel that you're not being heard, there's the policy 1700. It's in there step by step of what you're supposed to do. We are the very last man on the totem pole. It should come to us as a grievance in the 1700 policy that parents should have went through 4 or 5 steps above us.
Yeah, as a formal complaint or grievance, but what about just support? Cause that seems,
You can't come to us as a board member. If a parent comes to you, you have no authority as a trustee, cause you're one. If the parent goes to Mr. Ramsey and wants the board's attention, either by public comment, is one step that they can take. They have 3 minutes to tell us, hey, don't know if you're aware of this, but here, as long as it's not on the agenda that night. Or 2, they can go to Mr. Ramsey and he will reach out to the board chair and put them on the agenda. But you as a individual trustee have no power, but us as 9 have power.
well, I'm not asking for power, I'm just asking for permission to listen.
I believe you can listen, you just have to make it clear that you don't have power, and then you can listen from the training I took, like.
But
what
I would recommend all of you that, yes, please listen, don't be catty, don't, not tell them to, go kick rocks. But also inform your superintendent, because we cannot fix a problem if we don't know. And if he doesn't know that there's an actual problem, he can't fix it, so. And sometimes will have parents reach out to you, they feel more comfortable talking to you, have your ear, and then go and tell him what's going on so he can fix it. But we as a board don't have any,
Cool. I'm
any
just looking
sway,
for permission not to go like this.
yes, please don't do
Okay.
it, just,
Great.
but we just have to obey by.
No.
Because if a parent does reach out to you and they are under the impression that you are doing something for them, that's where we
Yeah.
get the broken trust, the transparency, so.
And with the support from the board coming from a teacher, that one's kind of a catch-22 because,
Nope, in their CBA
I
and
know,
their grievance policy.
so if they want our support, it's kind of hard because we can't really give it until it's here.
But how we support our staff is we support Mr. Ramsey. We give him the tools that he needs to support them. And we have to put our faith into him because he's the man that it stops at. And then he will bring it to us if they still don't feel supported. They have the right to bring it to us, but they just have to
Yes.
follow the steps.
I understand, I'm just glad Eric brought that up so it's on the video,
Yeah,
that we're not supporting people, we have laws and rules we have to follow.
right.
And once we're on the board, we're different than when we used to walk the halls as a parent or a friend or a public comment participation.
And that's why I reached out to Keleva, because I was very specifically asked to, and I did, and I reached out, and then I also looped Mr. Ramsey into the circle, and by Keleva's own recommendation is that we hear to 1520, and please let everybody know that we have the 1700 policy that they can use as well.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing because I think we all care and we want to help, but it's not our place to help unless it becomes official board business. Amber said it well, that's Mr. Ramsey's job, and so it's hard because you want people to know you care, but there's just not a lot we can do unless it becomes board business.
Any further discussion? Ms. Sammy, can we do a voice roll call vote, please?
Trustee Bass?
Aye.
Trustee Bosker?
Yes.
Trustee Manning?
Aye.
Trustee Mercer?
Aye.
Board Chair Miskowitz?
Aye.
Vice Chair Oldenburg?
Alright,
Trustee Ramsey?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Can I please get a motion for item 4E, approval of elementary claims and payroll warrants?
Motion to approve item 4E.
That is, thank you. Public discussion? Board discussion? Okay, Ms. Tammy, can we get a voice roll call with Trout Creek trustees sustaining?
Trustee Bass?
aye.
Trustee Bosker?
Yes.
Trustee Manning?
Aye.
Trustee Mercer?
Aye.
And Vice Chair Oldenburg?
Aye.
Motion carries with Trout Creek trustees abstaining.
Okay, and moving on to item 5, discussion items, Booster Club logo discussion. They have Miss Michelle Fitchett. Before I give the floor to Miss Michelle, I want everybody to know that this is a discussion item. It's information only. We as the board can ask her questions on what she is telling us, but the public would, if any of the public has any questions, please feel free to reach out to either Miss Michelle or Mr. Ramsey to have those questions answered at a later date. Okay. Floor is yours.
Thank you for inviting me here today. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Michelle Fitchett and I serve as the president of the Knoxon Booster Club. I am just here to clarify and answer any questions regarding the Booster Club's recent offer to purchase a high resolution school logo. It was recently brought to our attention that when we needed a high resolution version of our school logo for coach and sponsor gifts, that one didn't exist. Our intention was never to change the school's name, mascot, or identity, nor was it our desire to select the logo ourselves. Our goal was simply to offer to fund the process and help navigate the necessary steps, committees, and approvals to make a formal high-resolution logo possible. With the school's 100-year anniversary approaching, we felt this could be a meaningful gift to the school and a valuable long-term asset. We recognize that creating an official logo would be a significant undertaking, and we are more than willing to put in the time and work required to do it thoughtfully and inclusively. Our initial thought was to form a committee representing all interested parties, gather ideas, submit them for a professional design, present options to the school community, and allow for revisions if needed, and ultimately hold a school vote. We are completely open to alternative ideas or processes that would best serve the school and community. We did speak with administration and understand that it is not part of the current plan. We fully respect that decision. Our intention in writing this letter is simply to clear the air, answer questions, and assure everyone that we are here as a resource if this is something the school wishes to explore in the future. Again, we want to emphasize that we are not seeking to change the school name or mascot in any way, and I just want to thank you for your continued support and say let's go Knoxon. And then I did bring you guys all a paper. So this is something that's been sent out for weeks now. As you can see, the logo on here, it's bad, it's poor quality, and this is what we're sending everyone every week. We're sending stuff out with poor quality logos on it. So as a community member and like a huge sport advocate, like this is awesome. Yes, let's give money, but like, wouldn't a clear logo be cool on here? Like just more polished, uniform, just, hey, Knoxon has it together, but, and this is every document. We have blurry images on our website, everything, like it's everywhere. And so that is what brought up the whole thing, and just, we don't want to change anything. I know some people were like, you can't take away the Red Devil. That's not me. We don't want any of that. We just want to offer a service because we have some extra money this year, and one of our goals is just trying to make the gym more inviting and a happy place for our athletes and spectators, just to do little changes or anything that we can do to help make Knoxon a great place. So that is what Booster Club is currently up to, and just wanted to make sure everyone understood there was no ill will there. We just were offering some money.
So that would just look like hiring a graphic designer to create a higher resolution shape file that you can use
Yeah.
for, okay.
Or I know
Well,
the
and probably
graphic,
double checking to make sure that it's not some other, like,
Trademark.
trademarked issues.
Or football team.
one, yeah,
Our rival high
that's,
school had the Packers logo and they let it go. I think that happened a
Well,
lot.
but I mean, just.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
like now everything is like so easy. You just tell AI what you want it to make, but then you technically don't really own that image and all that other stuff, where if we literally had someone make it for us, then we could go through with it. And also, isn't there a graphic design program in the school or something that could help us? Like, that's where, I don't know what the best answer or route is, where we were just open to what we could do and go from there. I don't necessarily have all
I've done
the,
it before, yeah. It's pretty easy with this graphic designer, pretty professional doing it.
yeah.
That sounds like actually kind of fun for some high school kids,
If you guys do want. There is actually a graphic designer actually runs a business in Libby. It's called the Twisted Turtle. He does a lot of screen printing. He does a lot of vinyl printing, and he's a local guy from there in Libby. Called the Twisted Turtle. His name is Jeff Holder. Yeah. Jeff Holder. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, there's quite a few people in our area, so
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw out there, that's what happened and what went on, cause I realized I raised a lot of questions of people thinking we were trying to change things and we were not, so.
It's funny you say that, cause nobody ever come and talk to me about it. You changed it?
That's
So,
good.
Good, there you go.
Well, I went through the appropriate channels and then, so,
Can I have
Yes.
a copy of your letter?
oh yeah, you can just have it.
And we go through this about once every couple of years, not to tweak the mascot or anything, I mean, get rid of it or anything, but there must be like 10 or 12 or 15 of them.
And I emailed,
I got a shirt from every one of them, so, I mean,
well, like, where are these logos? Like, is there? I mean, nobody could find one.
Right.
I mean, I got so desperate. I asked the lunch ladies. I was like, "Hey, do you guys know where this is?" I asked the yearbook staff. I like nothing. Like people would be like, "Yeah, we've got these," but none of them were large enough to blow up to actually make a sports blanket. That's what we were after, is making sports blankets for sponsor and coach gifts, and then to sell. And there's not one. So.
I think it would make great money with the sweatshirts and the hats
But
and all the swag.
so we're here. If down the road you guys change your mind, if it's still in our funding. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
is this,
Well, was the Booster Club gonna provide the funding for this?
Yes.
Okay.
is it, so this is not the one official
No, that's-
logo.
no, that's
This is
just one of, I wanna say 20.
20?
There's
Yeah.
Gone
so
from
many
10 to
logos.
20 now, sorry.
Yeah, there's just, that was
I
a
mean,
logo
it's-
in the database that he pulled to use, but that's how the quality of all the logos in this database, they're just
Because they're not
bad.
I know you got.
professionally designed.
Yeah.
I mean, they've come a long way in the last 5 years, 2 years.
So there's like no JPEG or anything,
Yeah,
we don't have
right,
an
yeah.
official
High
one.
quality file. yeah.
Well, I know that's different from like the one that's on my coaching jacket from like 12 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's whatever one is grabbed at the time by whoever, there is
Yep.
no one.
I like
set
the idea of
official.
having one high
too.
resolution.
I mean, what's cool too with the 100 years approaching, I think that is sort of a nice little kickoff to like, look at us and our new logo.
Or we
for the
wanted
next
to make
100
like
years.
a big banner that we could send with the sports teams to like hang up, like when they go to districts and stuff. But we don't even have a logo big enough to put on a banner to send with the sports teams that just say like go Knoxon or Knoxon Red Devils to just hang up like above the section they're sitting in or at tournaments and stuff.
So, are you asking us that you wanna do this?
I'm just saying we are here moving forward. Like we have money this year. I can't guarantee that we're gonna have money next year. That we're available if it's something anyone else feels strongly or passionately about. Clearly I do. But just as a gift to the school. Like we're willing to jump through the hoops and do it if at some other point in time down the road someone says, hey, we actually should do this. Let's take Booster Club up on their offer.
So, and you are gonna you're gonna not pull the trigger on the said design until all parties have been heard?
I mean, if I'm probably still gonna go make a blanket, just create our own logo just so we can have the blanket, cause it's a good money maker. But if the school did want an official logo, we would pay for it.
But like you do the vote.
Yes, and then it would not be the Booster Club logo. It would be the school's logo.
So we would have one logo everywhere we go, everybody wears the same shirt.
Eventually, just by the time you
Yeah.
go and change all your.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I've got a few of my own that I have made privately.
I wouldn't like police it either. It would just be the schools to use how they see fit. Like, yes, you can use this, or no, I don't feel like it would be good to give it to that organization where it would just belong to the school, I guess, if that makes sense.
Mr. Ramsey, have you looked into process for this at all? I'm
Yeah,
wondering,
I
this
called,
probably is not even, or maybe it is, I can't think of anywhere in the board policy that would apply to this.
so when I called our legal, and her advice on creating a new logo would mean that we would have to go through, all interested parties would have to have a say in it and have a vote with it. And it would end up having any new logo would be, board approved. If the Booster Club wants to take one of the many already established logos and turn it into a high resolution logo, I think that would be fine, but making a new logo based on the guidance provided by Kellogg Law was that we had to go through a large process in order to make that happen.
And then it ends with the board approving.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with everyone, you know, I think.
I agree, I would love to have a high resolution logo. I want a high resolution logo.
Well, I think branding's important. I think, you
I
know,
do too.
recognizing we have, I mean, history's cool, right? And you have the throwback stuff, but it would be cool to have one, and maybe it's two, like maybe there's the N, like we have on the school website. Maybe there's a couple things, just like university, like the cat head versus an M or whatever it might be. But I just wanted to understand the process and how someone like Michelle would go about pursuing that. Is it needing the superintendent's blessing, or ultimately, or working with you on process, and then
Right.
ultimately,
Working with the interested parties.
I mean, is that something?
Working with, I'm more than happy to go through that process, yeah.
Well, Dan had a good thing about having a contest.
That'd be great.
You can hear me?
I can read lips really good.
Well, there's been a lot of cool ideas, even graphic design here in the high school, if there were talented and interested kids that wanted to
Well, I
pursue.
think, them making the things to take away, it just gives, we don't walk in there in matching swag, and like Thompson Falls Wrestling, you walk in, you've got a bag, you've got everything, Under Armour to the hilt, from feet to head. I mean, you give it back, but
Right.
when they walk in there and they said it's a, you know, we're gonna walk in looking this way, if they've got the big banner, that's one more thing that knocks and looks a little bit better when we go away. I
Well,
like
that's
it.
your community pride.
I think some community involvement would be really good, especially this year on the 100 years. I think it's a perfect time to do it. That's just my 2 cents.
I think we should move forward with whatever process we need to. If we need to have another meeting.
And I do know that you guys are all away from your families and you have these meetings and all this stuff, and so I don't want it to put any more stress or like, oh no, another meeting we have to go to. So we're 100% willing to get all the interested parties and be like, hey, this is what's happening, like this is, like, we all have to come together at this time, and if you guys, someone has to be there, I'm sorry, I guess, but if you don't, like, we will do everything we're supposed to do to bring everyone together and make it the correct process. It's not something we're just like trying to rush and do tomorrow. Hey, this is happening. Like we want it to like mean something to the school and the students and the community, and in 2 years not be like, oh well, that was stupid. We don't want that anymore. Like something that, yeah, like the diaper devil.
That was horrible.
Just something that actually like is meaningful and
Painted
impactful
everywhere.
for our school.
Michelle, let's do it.
And
Did you say, Michelle, let's do it?
Yeah.
I'm in,
Go through
I'm
the
in.
process. Just
Yeah, I like
take
it.
care of it.
if there's like a step, like the attorney says, this is exactly what you have to do. If you give me, this is exactly what you have to do. Like we will do exactly like we need to do and bring everyone in. We don't want to leave anyone out or anything. And we're open to, like he said, a contest. Well, that's amazing. Like to just get everyone involved, so then nobody feels left out. And if they do, then they should have
Got
joined the
involved.
collaboration and hopped on board.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You
To-
could get some kids involved, you know, on the graphic design side. And actually put something forth that might last for another 20, 30, 50 years. You know, it sounds fantastic. And then yeah, run it through AI and make sure that it doesn't, run afoul of any sort of,
Copyrights.
copyright issues. And then, have everybody vote on it, and if it's good, heck yeah.
Next step, high resolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Here we
printed
go.
everywhere, and it's on T-shirts, and it's on the website, and everybody's happy. Sounds fantastic.
And I just have one question. Since the board is the last step on it, are you going to be able to bring us more than one?
I hope to.
Or do you just wanna bring us one that the?
Let's be honest.
everybody
If everybody else likes it, we're gonna be okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's where if they finalize and everyone votes and says this is the one, then we would bring it to
Yeah,
you.
if
And
there's
then if you guys
140 kids that are good with it, then we're gonna be okay with it.
absolutely not, then I'll just take it back and say, choose another.
And I would really look at maybe doing the two, you know, the letter and the logo, you know. kind of
Well, I
have a
mean,
little-
yeah, for the sake of, like how college sports teams do, you got the U of M, and you got the Grays, you got MSU, and you got the Bobcats. So you do kind of two. You do the letterhead, and you do the mascot head.
Yep.
So it makes perfect sense to me.
Well, I think you working with Mr. Ramsey sounds wonderful, and thanks for doing it. One other question on boosters, since you're here, do you know if you guys have gained any ground on getting nonprofit status?
We have nonprofit status. We are a nonprofit. I'm not the nonprofit that you asked us about, and we're just 3 moms, and none of us want to be tied to that status of it being our social security number that's linked to it.
It has to, what? You have to put individual?
You have to have a registered officer, which is fine, but we just had a registered officer who left. So we're 3 moms who, we don't even have a kid in middle school, who are running Booster Club right now, and so the 3 of us decided for us to be linked to that when we don't know what we're even where we're gonna be in 5 years. We hope we're still here, but if we get burnt out or need to step back, then
You're still tied to it.
we're tied to it. It's our annual filing. We have to do the report and all this stuff. So for us, just being a regular nonprofit at this time is all we felt comfortable with. I mean, would be amazing if we wore that and people could match the donations to us, like you had brought to our attention with Avista. But
Yeah.
for us right now, it's too much for us to commit to and be responsible for. Not that I know while we were here now everything would be fine, but we're just trying to start Booster Club up and hope other people will come in. But if we don't get other people to come in, it's hard for the 3 of us to do everything.
So it's time to canvass the lands and find a proper scapegoat.
Well,
Yes.
so right now, for things like what I'm thinking of, which I do think we're leaving a lot of money on the table, it has to be a registered nonprofit. And so PTO and boosters, I think, are the only 2 I've been able to identify which would be ways to railroad this money into the school in one capacity. So I don't know, Mr. Ramsey, I'll catch up with you offline, see if you have ideas. Maybe we can get PTO to,
I know
we need
PTO
somebody in the school
did
to
just
do it.
register because they weren't even a nonprofit. So when that came up, they actually registered to finally become a nonprofit. So I think they, as far as I knew, they told me they were gonna move forward with it. But I'm sure they have a mom who's willing to fork over that social security number and be all in, but
Yeah, I hope we can get somebody. 'cause
I
it
just
would
have
be-
a lot going on where I can't.
Oh, no, I totally
My plate
understand.
is full.
Should try and find some mechanism, because I think there's also grant dollars that we could leverage if we could get official status for one of the clubs.
Yeah, PTO is moving forward on.
They are.
Becoming, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Well, thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll give you a call tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get started. All right.
Moving on to new business, cause we have no old business, so 7A, consider approval of the structural engineer for elementary roof repairs, Mr. Blitzer. Oh, can I get a motion first? Sorry.
Go ahead and come up to the table, ma'am.
I motion to consider approval of the structural engineer for elementary roof repairs.
Second. Public comment? Okay. I will do, thank you, Mr. Travis.
Thank you guys.
I'll do
Safe
board questions after he presents to us.
So, there was kind of I think you brought forward that we needed to get somebody from the outside. We have a couple of companies that are willing to do bids on the building. So what we went looking for was a structural engineer to draw up the actual plan of what needs to be done on the roof, and then present that to the roofers so they could bid on it. That's the simple version. So I had 4 individuals that came up that Miss Michelle did, or Amber did a tremendous job on going through and kind of weeding out a bunch of these people. So I got 4 of them that I sat down and called. And the first one that I called was out of Missoula, Morrison and Miracle or something like that. Anyway, Mr. Tanner talked to me and he said first thing we needed to do was to hire an architect. And then the architect would hire the engineer. And then the engineer would come up here and they would take a look at the roof and go from there. And they even had the architect in mind, which is Oz, which I looked up, and they're a very highly rated company, and they do mostly housing and commercial designs on structures. So I just thought that was kind of odd that we'd have to hire an architect. So I went to the next one, Mr. Johnson, and I got absolutely nothing from those folks at all, no callback or anything. So I called a company called BC Engineers Northwest Roof Consultants, and I asked him specifically 2 questions. It's like, 1, do we need to hire an architect? And he goes, no. So that kind of took number 1 out. These guys speak the language. The next question I asked him is, if you get the job to do the roof bidding process, build that for us, will you bid on it? He goes, we're not roofers. We won't bid on it. That alleviates that other problem that we're gonna have, like having our roofers submit the proposal. So BC Engineers talk the talk. I mean, he talked to me about, this is what they would come in, and they're out of Hayden, Idaho, licensed in Montana. They'll come in, they'll do the roof scans. The roof scans do moisture. If we need to peel and redo insulation and stuff, that'd be looked at. Also, the structure of the building itself would be looked at to see if it would take the extra weight of an overlay, if that's the way we could go, or if not, peeling and getting rid of the other roof. And they would do core samples, which tells us the entire makeup of that roof. So all of those things spoke to me about these guys know what they're doing. So I further asked them what they thought that this might cost. And so if it's a simple, they come out, they do the scans, our roof is all okay, and they just start thinking about doing either an overlay or a peel and overlay, then we're looking at 10 to 15,000. If we get into the structural stuff, then it could go up. And he's not committing to that price. He's just giving me a ballpark, and that's what I was asking him for. Is like, what would it cost to do the consultation on our roof? And the other thing that he said that I was kind of interested in is the fact that once they've looked at it, they've built the bid, they know lots of roofers, they will put the bid out and pick a company that they feel is most qualified to do our roof. So I thought that was a bonus.
Yeah, that's
So I recommend these guys. The other one I called is the Waddy engineers out of Kalispell, because they seemed like they were pretty interested and they were willing to come down like the next day and look at it. until I talked to him. And he said, not what we do. Sam just said, hey, this is not what we do, we're not the best folks for the job, quote.
Wait, what did you
So-
ask them to do?
Pardon?
What did you ask them to do?
Exactly the same thing, to come down and look at the roof. I didn't do any of the foundation engineering or anything like that, which these guys would do. And so will BC, just on the other side of that. But I asked them to come down and evaluate our roof and put together a proposal for roofing contractors
To bid on.
to do what needs to be done to replace our
Well,
roof.
So I think we could take this a slightly different direction, which is nuanced, but I think you can do it a lot cheaper. What we need is an engineering firm to come and help us put together the bid specs.
No.
So that it can be
That's
bid
exactly what,
competitively, which
No.
doesn't necessarily mean putting together a proposal for how they're gonna fix it. It's here's all the things that need to be addressed, and then
that's exactly what Northwest Roof Consultants with BC Engineers does. Is they look at your roof and look at what needs to be done and then write the proposal for the bids, the bid spec, what you need to do.
I think what needs to be addressed versus how to address it are two different things. And I guess that's what I'm wondering, which are they?
It's more, they are coming out and doing the roof scan,
Yeah,
which tells us if there's leaks anywhere, and there shouldn't be, because we have over 300 patches on the roof, and we don't have leaks. And then that creates an issue of what needs to be done to address the wetness. And that's a matter of pulling the roof back, peeling the insulation out, replacing the insulation. The other one is to core it to see how many roof sections are on there. Like this roof right here, I know that there's 4 on this because this roof's been cored. I was with that, so I'm not sure. I mean, maybe my verbiage is wrong here, but they'll pretty much do everything that we're asking them to do. Maybe I could give you their phone number and you could call Ryan direct and get more answers to specifically what you're looking for.
no, I think it's really close, but I think it's nuanced just of what we would be asking them, which we'd have time to talk about that and
Right.
work on because we'd have to have a contract. Because then the second part, I don't think they can select a contractor because of the way this will work. But what I would love to have is have them be a professional consultant that would help the board choose the contractor. Because I think because it'll be a sealed bid process, the board will have to make that decision.
Well, and was it that what you were saying, is that they would select a couple contractors that you think
They would submit, yes.
believe would be good fits for the job?
Yeah, they think, that they believe are right
And then we
for the
could
job here.
And
I don't
then we
know
could
if
pick
we're-
from the-
Pick one.
I don't know if we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, it'll have to be
It's a
competitively bid.
it's a closed bid.
They
Anything
can,
over 80,000, there is a Montana statute. I have correspondence with our legal team. It's Montana Annotate 20-9-204. The formal procedure bidding required proposals, request qualifications. The first step that this lady has told me to do is get a structural engineer. I could not get an inspector to come out and tell us what was done. I could not legally get a contractor unless they did not want to bid for the job to come out and look at it. We needed a structural engineer. I called 27 of them. I got it narrowed down to 4. A lot of people laughed at me. A lot of people said, no, I'm not traveling. No, this is not what I do. I do designs. I give Mr. Dan the 4 that had pleasant conversations with me. So, and he then got it narrowed down to the one that actually does exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, the one that you're looking for.
And when we did the HVAC, which was a grant, we paid $32,000 for the engineer. So 15 grand that he said on the higher mark is
So I will.
way better than what I.
So I think we're
was.
talking about picking the actual roofer though, not the, like,
No,
we're in
no.
agreement on the engineering firm.
Yeah, the roofer.
second part
Yeah, no, this is
has to be
just the
bid.
first. The first,
We're not too
From
bad
the-
roofing
yes.
part yet, we're just
From-
the engineer part.
From my
Yeah, I understand. That's
conversations
totally conflict
with
is.
the legal team is we have to get the structural engineer, they're the ones who write up
Mhm.
what we need.
Yep.
Then we submit that whole thing into the newspaper and all this, and then people send us the bids.
Okay.
And they're sealed
Yes.
until the day of the meeting.
We post it in Kalispell papers, we post it in Missoula papers, we put it out. But that company could also say, okay, these are roofers we know.
They could give us a
So
short
those
list.
people,
But they can't pick
can
one for
submit
us, they can just
a
give us a short
bid.
list. Yeah,
Correct.
got it.
Let me clarify since that caused all this confusion. So I just wanted, absolutely, so it'll be, the bidding process will be open, anybody, a company like this will be awesome because we can make sure that certain companies also, that they receive the notice, so they are aware
They
that
can
if
vet
they
them.
want it, they
Yeah.
should bid, absolutely. And then the other was just a point of clarification, absolutely, we can just hire this company if that's their decision. This company cannot hire the roofing contractor.
No.
Yeah.
We have to make that decision, but it would be nice to have a professional services agreement with them so that, cause I don't have expertise in this, so that we can consult with them as part of making that decision. So I think it's a fantastic plan, I was just trying to clarify a few things.
And this time around, just to clear the air and to let everybody know, Ms. Kaliva will be on premises when we do this bid process, so that one, I ensure that everybody knows exactly what we're supposed to do. And that way it gives us also training on how it's supposed to go forward. So, and if we have any questions, she's there, we can ask.
Great, thank you for doing that. Sounds like a lot of
Behind the scenes work.
Yeah, I'd say no.
And this is the first step on the bid process, but it was I couldn't go to the next step until we have
Yeah.
this one done.
Yeah, number 3 out of Hayden Idaho sounds like a really good choice. That sounds like a fantastic resource.
I think they, simply because they talk everything I know about on the roads. I mean, an architecture, I don't need it beautified.
No, I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but my company works a lot with Morrison Merrily, and I've worked with Morrison Merrily before. I worked with Northwestern Energy, and I have not seen a singular print come out of them that I haven't had to redo.
Good to know.
Well, I just,
Even simple ones, it's really
these guys will also do
Avoid them.
down the road a future, if you're looking at the foundation, the actual structural engineering of the roof beams.
Which it would be really good, because I don't know if you guys are aware of this, when you guys take your roundabout the school, in the elementary wing, we have some issues to our structural that we do need to get looked at.
saggy stuff.
Pushing up in the kindergarten room from the ground, and there's a definite crack where it looks like it goes all the way into a room. So, but it's out of my expertise. I'm only.
We do have some foundation issues going on in the elementary wing. Currently, there's a crack coming across in the girls' bathroom that I didn't previously notice, but the cleaning people brought my attention to it. We have a lot of spalling going on the exterior, and we have quite a bit of cracking on our columns. That cracking on the columns could affect
Like the roof.
the roof project.
Is it sagging or heaving?
I don't think either.
It has to be either
Deteriorating
one.
would be more of a,
Yeah, I would say deteriorating. It looks like it's kind of crumbling
it's-
a little bit.
our 1962 foundation is a lot better shape than our 84 foundation.
It's kind of like they poured the concrete really cold, if that makes any sense. Where it like wants to flake away.
Spalling. Yeah, alright.
So to the task at hand, I don't know as though we have something actionable here. Maybe what we would be pursuing is
The third option.
giving the authority of Mr. Dan and Mr. Ramsey to pursue due diligence, working towards a contract with this particular firm, or what are we looking for specifically tonight? Because we don't have a proposal, a cost, or anything like that.
Are we looking for the okay to go ahead with trying to finalize a contract with one of the, engineering firms so we can actually get something moving forward to get the roof repaired. Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
exactly. I don't think they need our authorization to. Well, I guess, or maybe we could, but then like coming back next meeting with a proposal that we would be voting on. Is that?
Was this just a report?
No, it's not a report. We do need to pull the trigger and let Dan know that we need to, pull the trigger on one of these because we cannot go forward in any part of the roof project until we have this. This is number one on lawyer speak that we had to have this. I don't know if they would give him an actual price of what it would take until they got out here to look at it to tell us exactly what they're gonna have to do precisely. Like he said, it could be, you know, more than the 10 to 15. I don't know.
So what needs to happen to get them on site to quote us? What do you need?
Approved to
We need
hire
to, we
them.
need to give them a call and get them out here. We can table this
Yeah.
agenda item until we have a cost and something for you to approve.
Right.
I mean, if it makes you comfortable, we could authorize you pursuing due diligence with this one company at this point.
Yes.
And then you could bring them out, work on a contract, get the right people. I think what will be really important is clearly defining what their scope of work is, what's their role in this, which you've already spoke to quite a bit, but making sure we get that nailed and then the cost. And then the board could approve that at the next meeting.
Well, what their scope is approving what needs to be done, not how to do it per se, but what.
Yeah,
needs
they're
to be done.
basically gonna write the bid for
Write
us.
the bid spec.
Yeah.
Alright, so, yeah, I mean,
That's the engineering.
And I would ask about that, the professional services, potentially even the ESDC, like the engineering services during construction, but in particular to help the board select the right roofing company. You might ask about what that might be an option we want in the contract. I don't know how the rest of the board thinks. I'm just thinking out loud. I think it would be smart to have that.
Having them on some kind of retainer would be, that sounds great.
Does that make sense?
Well, yes, but we gotta put them on the roof, and we're gonna have to pay for that. And if they're on the roof and they do all of the things that we're asking them to do just to select them, they're pretty much through the project and ready to write.
No, not to select it. So,
But we've already kind of selected them if we say, yeah, we're gonna call them and have them come out and look at our roof.
So a yes vote on A would be, we're gonna have BC engineers come out and do this part of the task, correct?
And to get that whole name in there, it's BC Engineers Northwest Roof Consultants.
so we can't vote on that until we have a cost from them and an actual proposal is what I'm saying. So you'd be bringing them out for them to develop their proposal that they could give to you, that you could hand to us, that we could actually approve. So it
Or
says,
unless they
so it
wanna
says
write a
what
contract.
their role is, what they're gonna cost, and then potentially that, you know, those layer services too could be in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cause that's what we would need to actually vote on and give approval. And obviously we work with BA to develop the contract with them. Or am I missing the ball?
But so for them just to climb up there and do anything, that's gonna cost some money. They're not gonna
Yeah.
come out here for free, right?
Right.
That is correct.
I think,
And then if we have to, it's gonna double cost us, cause if we have to wait too long to have a meeting afterwards, they're gonna charge us again to come back out to finish what they
Sure,
told us in the
sure.
contract they were gonna do,
Sure.
so.
I'm not sure if I got the number right,
Chicken
but I
egg
think
thing.
when we had, is it TWI? The roofing company that come out that actually cored this roof, and we wound up doing a repair on the gym. I think that was about $5,000 for them to come out and do, and they did some patching, and then they identified that we had a leak over the, on the gym roof.
It was
That was
$7,000.
another chunk of change to get that fixed, so.
Well, you're right, they probably don't even need to come out to develop their scope of work.
And they're saying it's gonna be about 10 to 15K to do the roof scans and figure out the structure of the building and if it can handle the overlay and take core samples. But it could be 20 or 25.
It could be until they
Well,
look at
what
it.
would happen there, let's just use this for instance, that they decided that the bearing walls, the columns that are cracking up, were gonna be an issue to the roof. Don't spread that around, just use this for an example, that is an issue about transferring the weight of the roof down. Then yeah, then we would wind up with structural engineers looking at the building to get back to where step A, the roof. I mean, so, could it snowball? Yeah, and I think we have to be prepared for that. I believe that the roof is in structurally sound shape all the way around in its construction to do what we wanna do, and that's put EPDM back down on the roof. Now, and I have no idea how much this stuff weighs, but it's inner tube, if you will. It can't be more than 1/4 of a pound a foot. But they're gonna look at that and decide whether they need to peel it, 2 layers or whatever's there, or all of that stuff that's gonna go into doing that roof. Yes, it could go up. How much? That depends on what we get into, what we find.
Like how much
Yeah.
delamination you have, how much degradation you have, and everything else like that. So it's an on-site look to see what it's actually gonna cost.
And that's why it's important to get this stuff defined for the board, so what, let's say it's 15,000, and that gets us through the basics. If they find more significant structural stuff, that should be spelled out in contract that that's not covered, and it's gonna have to come back to the board if we do need to pursue a higher dollar activity.
And he spoke to that. It's like,
Yeah.
and he's just given me a ballpark.
Yep.
Coming out to Knoxon, Montana, looking
It's
at the
gonna
roof,
cost.
scanning it, and doing the proposal, or the design proposal that you guys need. Maybe it'll be $5,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it sounds like we got it figured out.
So, can I get a motion to table 7A and just give you guys a heads up? We might do a special board meeting because talking to our business clerk, we need to get the roof going before June, right?
By June 30,
Yeah.
we need to get this stuff moving.
It's
Should we just move forward with getting this first part out of the way?
well, that's what I'm saying, this is number 1.
So we're tabling it to come back for,
Well, we need something to vote on.
We need a contract to vote on.
okay.
So if I table it, then we can do a special board meeting when he gets the contract from the company, and then we can vote on that one item and he can pull the trigger to schedule them to get them down here. And then I can check one more thing off the roof list.
I make a motion to table this until we have something in front of us that we can vote on.
Can I get a second?
I don't think, okay.
I didn't know it either, but
I'd be happy to help if you would like at all with just helping to get the contract together. Ultimately, Bea needs to do it, but I'd be happy to help.
well, I sent you the email that Megan sent us.
On this.
It's the checklist.
And thanks both of you for all the work of,
Yeah.
a lot of times the heavy lift is just identifying who can do it and figuring out the process and all that.
Can we go ahead and get a show of hands to table this?
Oh,
And
sorry,
Get a
Christine.
motion in a second, thank you.
Okay, moving on to item 7B, consider approval of Apollo Mechanic Constructions for the walk-in cooler repairs.
I make a motion to consider approval for the walk-in cooler repairs.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Public comment? Okay, Mr. Bledsoe.
So I don't know if it says repairs, but that is a replacement.
Oh, it does say repairs, but you are right, cause it
That
does
is
give
a
us a
full
diagram.
replacement of that
Install
system.
new evaporator and air cooled unit center.
Yeah, cause it gives us a hold of, before my computer went to poop, it gives you the whole layout of what they're gonna do.
How
There you
old
go.
is the one that's in there now? The walk-in cooler, how old is the one we have?
I still can't hear you.
How old is the,
Is it?
Oh, if I could find somebody that knew how old this stuff was in this building.
I think it's over 30
I mean,
years.
I don't know, I suspect it's been here forever,
Probably the same one when you were sneaking in.
1962. It's that kind of a system.
1962.
Oh,
1962?
way before my time.
So are we worried that this is gonna go out, or are we more worried about the water consumption? Or both?
I think that's twofold. The system's getting a lot of rust in it. It has leaks in it. They were identified by Apollo the last time they were out. He did some repair on it, and to get it, he said to get it by, he adjusted the water, flowed down. So, both. I mean, you have to think about, if it quits and we have a whole bunch of food in that freezer, what are we gonna do
Cooler. It's
to
not the
take care
freezer
of
unit,
that?
it's the
Yeah.
cooler unit.
I don't think it's something that you want to like go, well, you know, I can go up and patch the roof. I can't go in and recharge that system and make that thing work. I mean, it's that kind of a thing. I think we just need to look at it as like, this has met its lifetime, it's served its purpose, and now we need to upgrade it so it's good for the next 40 or 50 years.
I don't think anything made today is gonna last 40 or 50 years like 1962.
Well, you're probably right, the next good 10 years maybe.
Yeah.
So this is the walk-in cooler, not the freezer?
No,
This
it's
is
a
our
walk-in cooler.
And the freezer,
It's a different system.
Freezer just had some upgrade equipment done to it by this company.
And this is because it's the water cooled and it's pumping up the
No,
road into the septic.
the freezer itself is a normal gas
Oh.
system.
Yeah,
It was just leaking.
the walk-in cooler, that's
That-
the issue,
that's
is
a
the
water, yeah.
water's getting pumped up into
Yeah.
the septic and.
It has
causing
leaks in the
issues.
cooling system, has a lot of rust, and it takes water to cool the gas that keeps the entire system cool.
and it's putting a few thousand gallons a week through the
Yeah.
septic?
And we could map that out by going out there and getting a gallon jug, filling it up and see how long that takes and prove that number out. I just know it's a lot because when we were working on that sewer system, we had that on the main system, when the pumps went out, we had to have it pumped about 3 days after we had it pumped so that we could go into the dosing tank. It had filled up a 4,000 gallon tank and was now dumping into the dosing tank where we were working on the pumps. So it's moving a lot of water. Little bit by the hour, by the minute, but over the, and we're paying to pump that up on the hill
Mhm.
through our new system, so. I mean, I think it's a lot of money, I agree, but I think it's gotta be done in the name of maintenance. Just to try to keep ahead of this stuff,
It's nice that this scope includes getting rid of what's already there too.
unless you want it.
No, I don't want it. But
No,
Artifact.
they'll
We
get
should
rid of,
have,
they'll
we
get
should
rid of
put
the
it
gas
as
and
an
everything.
artifact for 100-year.
oh yeah, it's a historic.
Yes.
Make it a time capsule.
Then we can put it in our
60
cabinet
years
out
old,
here.
not 100 years old.
So what's our history? Have we solicited a different company? Or
This,
what's our history with?
This is
Man,
the
I've
only
tried-
one
this
that
is
would
the
get
only
back.
one that comes out here.
Big Fish used to come out here. They won't come out here and deal with our systems anymore. I called a company out of Columbia Falls, just outside of Kalispell. Is that Columbia Falls?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even return my call. And all I wanted to do, ask them is if they would do service in our area if they were interested in bidding on a project. Apollo has been upfront with this. They've sent, like, we had a refrigerator leak on the freezer. He came out, it leaked again, and he was out within 5 hours the next day to do the repair on it. I mean, I think it's a good company. They're easy to deal with, and I have been down the road with several other companies that I haven't gotten good, especially Big Fish, because they've had it forever. They're out of Coeur d'Alene, but they do not want to come out and even service our systems anymore.
But it's working fine at the moment. If we were to just table this one until we come back to maybe see what we're spending here, or you're not.
And resting.
It's not working fine.
Wait for
We're
mine to
just
leak.
being, it's leaking now. It's
Yeah,
constantly.
It has leaks in it now. I mean, we can all file in there and take
We can have
a
fun.
Tammy's key and look at
Field
it.
trip.
Yeah, let's take a
Yeah,
field trip.
road trip into the, but
Just thinking if this was 25.
I would recommend that you
we could buy
replace
another
it
mold.
and not
It's all
not kick this one down the road because of you're dealing with the lunchroom, the food that you've got stored in there.
I mean, what if, do you think you can limp by till the summer? I mean, one
That's what
thing,
I was thinking, if we can limp by a month or two to figure this out, not long term.
I'm just thinking with building reserve fund and not with all the uncertainty on what this roof is gonna cost. I'm wondering if we would be smart to wait until we receive bids on the roof itself
That's what I was thinking.
before we make a decision like this.
Okay, can I interject a little bit?
Please.
So the way the building reserve funds work is we have X amount to work with this year. It has to be out the door by June 30th. And then you start over with the new budget for the next year. It does not carry over. Any you do not use is reappropriated into the base, and then you are told, okay, this is how much you have to work with next year.
What's our
But-
estimated number right now, looking at all these?
Are the
We
students
have
better
about
off being hungry or wet?
$200,000 in the building reserve fund.
Cause I mean, my
worth
kids,
between now
they
and
do
June
way better
30th.
being wet.
Now in June 30th.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Fair.
Did you guys hear what she said about that?
I did.
So, but a large portion of that base is from a past levy that was unspent.
No,
No, that is a whole
No.
different,
No.
that is
What am I
totally
talking about?
different.
that is a
That
grant
is a
that we got.
totally separate fund.
This is 15.
But that's
This
gonna
is
fund.
our building
They think
reserve
that it's
fund
gonna
that
be
we
some
get
sort of
told
reserve
every year.
For
And then
elementary,
septic
is right here,
system.
building, you have that, okay?
Yeah, but
So
therein
if we
lies the
don't
thing.
use that
So
this year,
if you don't
as of
fix the
June
walk-in cooler,
30th,
the
then
septic
it
system's
I
gonna
know.
run
goes
overrun.
away
So
and
if you
goes
fix
back to
the
the
walk-in cooler
taxpayers.
first,
That's
This may not
elementary,
have to be,
this is
then that
elementary.
might
oh no,
be
this is
more
this
high
year
school.
one,
What
right?
you're talking about
This
is
is
the
this
grant
one, we've got
that
this one
we
here
did
that's
not
having
use
issues
many
too in
years
the
ago.
backyard.
But that's,
And she
yeah,
found
but
it.
therein lies the thing.
Right, and that
Again,
is
just for my
89.
So where does that one
They'll
live,
stay in
Tammy?
the
The one I was
rain for hours as long
referencing?
as I have them snatched
The
with
one
them.
you were
Feed
referencing
'em
is
first.
the 260 and 160
Trust me,
fund,
I
and
come
that
in from
was
the grocery
a
store and it's,
voted levy from 1999,
Right.
2000. And it is, okay, we need to build onto the building or.
And that money could be used for the roof?
That one could also be used for the roof in combination with what we have within our building reserve fund each year. So these monies we're looking at in building reserve this year, whatever we don't spend by June 30 is reappropriated,
Back to the taxpayers.
and then it doesn't carry over. It's not like, okay, you get this much this year, and if you don't spend it, you can save it
Right.
and add to. That's not how that works.
But I'm also curious if we are going to be up against it with funding the roof, or if we're gonna have,
Realistically,
because that needs to
because
happen this summer, right?
the architectural engineering piece of it and all the processes, there's no way the actual roofing project is gonna happen before June 30. We're gonna have a new set of
Okay.
monies to work with.
okay,
Oh,
that's good to, thank
see.
you.
That's why I said we
what
gotta
we-
get all of this
What
done
we're
by
looking
June.
at here, there is sufficient funding to take care of this stuff, get our structural engineering done with
And then
this
what?
year's monies, and then the actual work is a whole different set of monies.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you, Tammy,
Does that make sense?
yes.
Thanks.
And then we have that other, that was a voted levy from 25 years ago, that if we need it, we have that to work with.
Gotcha, thank you.
Well, in that case.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
do it.
let's get this stuff
Let's
up
get
and
the
it
walk-in
can be
cooler
taken
fixed.
care of.
yeah,
Yes.
so I make a motion that we
We already have a
We
motion.
have a motion for
Oh, we're gonna
item
vote.
B.
We just have to vote.
Getting
You
ahead of
just have
myself.
to vote.
Any
The
further
walk-in cooler?
questions about the walk-in cooler?
Nope, I think she just.
So are we,
Do you wanna see these numbers again?
no, I'm just wondering if, so we can, I think we can vote on what's in front of us, cause there's a scope of work and a budget, but I think we'd still be working through BIA to make sure that we have whatever agreement we need in place to make it happen afterwards, but I think we can vote
For the
on
walk-in
this,
cooler?
Okay.
but then be contingent on working with BIA, I think to, and maybe she would say there's just some simple agreement we can sign, but
Are you talking about the roof? Or
For the
the-
no,
walk-in
for the,
cooler.
for the walk-in cooler, we still need some type of agreement with Apollo for them to come do the work, and so you would, so if we bless this tonight, you would still work with BA to get this,
Yes,
to get an agreement in place somehow. Or at least her review, and she may say you don't need an agreement, but.
right.
Cool.
Let's bless it.
Yeah.
Are we ready for a vote?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, sorry, I was writing. Miss Handy, can you do a voice vote?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Yes.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
trustee Mercer,
Aye.
board chair Miskowitz,
Aye.
vice chair Oldenburg,
Aye.
trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you.
Can I get a motion for 7C, consider approval of Granite Creek Constructions LLC for the septic system repairs? I make the motion to approve Granite Creek Constructions for the septic system repairs.
I second.
Public discussion? Mr. Dan?
So, I think that's a $7,000 bid or something like
Yes,
that.
sir.
Yes,
That is based on what we think is out there and what I thought was out there. So we have two pumps that are in the septic system right here. It's a pressure system, just a small version of what's on the hill. Two pumps. And we've had problems with it, especially when it's raining. Like I think I said last meeting, we're force feeding it. I asked Granite Construction to do a bid on digging it up, cleaning it, putting clean outs on the piping. We walked it the other day and he said, well, there might be a caveat here. If the system's like I think it is, the pump feeds 5 legs and the other pump feeds 5 legs and they're all the way across this backyard, then that's 5 or 10 holes we're gonna dig. He thinks there's a possibility that they come out to the center and then they branch like our big one does up here. Now there's 20 holes to dig. Well, we're not gonna know that until we dig. So this initial proposal could go up by the fact that we need to dig an additional 10 holes, put additional 10 cleanouts in. But the actual cleaning of the system, the cleaning of the pumps, and if it's all single legs, that's where that 7,000 comes in.
So
Once
if,
again, this is a maintenance problem. We do not have room, unless we go to the football field, to put in another drain field. So we need to clean this one up. A benefit of cleaning both of these up is that we may not have to pump our tanks near as much as we do. We pump every year. He said you probably put that off to 2 to 3. I'm still out on that one. But I just want you to know that there's a possibility that that's a split system and we may have to dig an additional 10 holes and put in 10 cleanouts.
so it could be 14,000 instead of 7.
I don't know. I don't, because there's no, let me not say no. I mean, we may dig up a dinosaur back there and be into this $1 million. Yeah. The thing is that the 7,000 gets the equipment here, gets the pumps cleaned, gets the line, the legs, and he brings in, I think it's his sons out of, Billings or someplace.
Bozeman.
They clean the lines, they pressure clean the lines. So to dig the other holes, I just don't see us being into it much more than a couple of $1,000 to add
So
those.
7 to like 10 probably.
Yeah,
By the time you figure in mold cost and
Yeah.
everything, okay.
yeah, but because he's here, he's brought it here, that's all in this first figure. And all the cleaning's in that first figure, so it's several hours of digging and then adding the cleanouts to the end of our lines, so. So I don't wanna mislead you on that it's a 7,000, we're out of there.
So we obviously don't have as-built on,
We what?
no as-built on the system?
We can't find anything. Our entire system is magical. I even looked for the system in the housing that I was here for, that Sorley did, where the new system and the septic system was put in over there. I have no as-bills on that.
And that is something we talked to Chris about. He will put stuff together as he does it. So we have records, we know what's in there, we know when it's been serviced.
Well,
And
that's
we're
worth,
compiling that stuff and getting that put together. He's gonna do the diagrams for us,
it's worth a couple
for
grand
the
plants.
hill, for here.
That, I think that's great, that's
I have the
Because we
diet.
have no history on anything.
I have everything you need to know about that system out there, and all of its electrical, its pump capacities. The guy is a genius on septic systems. I mean, yeah, I've never seen anybody that knows much about those things. I also had him put in for a replacement on one of these pumps. They're nowhere near the $30,000 or $40,000 pumps that are out here in the holes on the, to pump on the hill. They're quite a bit smaller than that, but he doesn't even believe that needs to be done. And he will test all of the electrical out on the pumps, and he's even talking about buying a camera and running the system prior to the actual dig. And we have to do some serious groundwork out there with call before you dig, before we dig out there, because there's a bunch of stuff in that backyard beside the sewer. So a lot of things to consider. All the electricity for this building is right there, and we don't want to get into that.
I do want to say thank you to both of you, because we do have a policy that gives Mr. Ramsey $10,000 that he doesn't have to bring it to the board for us to know about it before you spend $10,000. So I want to thank you for bringing in this to
I didn't
us.
wanna start digging holes. Oh, this is gonna be 12. No, stop digging.
Stop digging. But there is a policy that does give him discretion of $10,000 to spend without having board approval. So I do want to point that out, that it's very nice of you both to bring it to us.
And the question I always ask, so prior to working on the hill, I would imagine, have you gone through you said this guy's amazing, but have you looked at other companies and you're confident we're getting,
Well, Sorley's our other company. They're the ones that we've done digs with around here. They're also the ones that we contacted, including Mr. Nyland has contacted them for information about what's around here, and he's not come up with a lot of information. So I think the original Mr. Sorley might be getting old like me. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
But, just so much stuff was just, I don't know how it was done, I don't know how the school can get by, the permit process for septic systems and not have drawings, but the county doesn't have drawings either. Is there somebody else out there?
have you talked to Rick yet?
Rick Sorley?
Yeah, the younger Sorley that's taken over the Old Man Sorley.
I haven't talked to him specifically about this project, and I don't know that Mr. Nyland has either.
Because Rick's pretty good about stuff like this as well. I don't know if it's worth a call or not. I mean, it's a relatively small thing, and Sorley's are, the Sorleys are fairly busy as well. So,
And Surly does our pumping.
mm,
We do that, and it's been suggested that I do numbers on that also, for the pumping. I'm kind of a loyalist. When I find somebody that I trust, and I'm not saying I don't trust Sorley.
But Chris did
Yes,
really good last year.
This guy is so thorough about every single thing that he does. Am I wrong on that, Tammy? I mean, the guy is just phenomenal, and he knows every step. I mean, just looking at this system out here, he goes, Dan, I think maybe this breaks in the middle.
And your pumps are okay.
And your pumps are
This is
okay.
what you need to do.
yeah. So I mean, if you two feel, I'm plumb comfortable. If you two feel very comfortable,
I'm very comfortable.
then I'm 100% behind you guys. I guess.
Agreed.
And we're looking at this project for spring break. So, in and out during that break period.
Yeah, makes
That's
sense.
where I'm, yeah. That's where I'm at.
You said 7 to 10. 7 to 10 is what you think it's
Well,
going to
right now, we have a solid 7 bid. I'm just saying, it could go up depending on what we find when we dig.
Lots of extra holes, might be 10. Hopefully 7.
There's
Maybe
a lot.
10. Okay.
There's 10 more holes. It looks like it's 5,400.
Did you wanna see the contract,
I
you
think that
guys?
would be the max.
Also, yeah, unless they find 20 holes.
Yeah, well, this is 10
It's the-
counted,
it's
so
the-
there's 10 more.
It's, we got
I'm
it.
thinking max would be.
Yeah,
They might
that's
be
why
up
I
to 12.
was, because their screen is so little, I was gonna give them the paper copy.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe I say.
Any further questions?
I'm okay. I'd be an aye.
So are we being asked to approve more than what's on the estimate then, or?
No, we're being asked to approve 7,000.
So if we do that and if they find what Mr. Bledsoe just talked about, then they're gonna have to cease work until they can get us together
No,
and get
because
an
Mr.
approval.
Ramsey
Has
can
up to
approve
10.
up to 10,000 without us. So I think if
So
we
if it
approve
stays
this,
I
under
think what
10.
we are approving is, yes, go with Apollo, knowing that there is a good chance it could go over the $10,000 mark. So, until they get in here, they start digging,
we don't know.
but they get in, they start digging, they find other things, are we gonna say, oh, nope, we're not gonna approve you to finish this job?
We have to open it up, do everything that we can do to it, clean it, and put it back together. Because all of that wing is on that system. All the bathrooms, the locker rooms, they're all on that system right there.
So do you expect if we do run into a problem, could we potentially not be starting school after spring break?
No, the potential would be that we bring the kids,
In the elementary?
which half of them are already coming here anyway, to this end, but we wouldn't be able to use the showers
That's
in the locker room.
very, very few kids use showers anymore now,
Really?
during the day.
Huh.
And we wouldn't have basketballs.
And I absolutely have confidence that, we could put together half of that system and run half that system.
Okay. Mr. Ogenberg?
I'm good. I think we need a. I think we need a clearly worded motion.
I think that it's hard to really narrow it down number wise though, so that is kinda up in the air unless we say 12,000. And it leaves a
Put a
little
cap
extra
on it.
room.
Approve up to 15 or approve up to
Yeah.
20 or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
make a
know how.
motion, we approve up to 15,000.
Well, because on, if you guys look at his paper here, he does clear it out. It says install out 10 drains,
So if
flush 10 drains. So if there's, that's why I was wondering if we added 10 other drains, it would be $14,000.
No, because that is based on
5,400.
the
Everything.
entire length for cleaning out. Even if we
Right.
find that system split, the clean out of those. So what you're into is the digging,
Mhm.
the time it takes to dig them, and the time it takes to put the clean out on them.
Okay.
So you're probably looking more like 12,000 for crap.
12,400.
That would add up.
So we
So-
could conservatively approve 15,000. Can we do that?
I don't see why we couldn't.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Make the motion.
There's nothing in the bylaws saying that
Yeah.
we can't.
Make
A
a
motion
motion.
to approve up to $17,000 for.
Oh, don't get crazy.
Yeah. A little too crazy.
I'm just saying, like,
Let's go
enough,
with
enough
14.
that we don't hit a stop work, we have to reconvene. That's what I'm.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if we do, it's
My time's
48
worth
hours of
something.
them setting still.
Yeah,
Because
That's why I added that.
I second that motion of 17.
Do we want to finalize?
Okay.
Do we want to go
Yep.
17 or 15?
Okay,
You
she
already
seconded,
did it.
it's time to
You already
vote.
did it.
I didn't finish.
Oh,
If he-
Let's let it be driven by these guys. What do you guys think
What
we
do you
would
think?
need to be comfortable?
Maximum amount,
15.
yeah.
15,
that's what I was
okay.
gonna-
okay.
And Chris is not the type of businessman that's gonna say, oh, I'm just gonna keep adding on because you approved up to this much.
Yeah,
That is
it's-
not the type of.
It's still at
You
their
don't know,
discretion,
you
this
know.
is just a
That's
cap that the
okay.
board can approve, so that they don't have to.
And Chris will come to us, come to me, and I will know exactly what's gonna happen, about 10 hours into this project out here, and how it's gonna go. Chris also did a bathroom remodel for us on a bid. And that turned into when you take the bathroom apart, you take the shower down, you take the bathtub out, and there's no wall there. And he came to us and said, hey, it's gonna cost this much more to put a wall behind this bathtub, so we got something to screw the bathtub, the new tub into. And was it unreasonable? I don't think so for what he had to do, but he came to us and explained everything out, and he'll put it in writing for us too.
Yeah, I'm a 9.
Oh, me too.
Well, I didn't finish my motion. So what amount?
15.
15? Okay. Well, I
and
motion.
Annie seconded it.
It's too late.
Wait, let's have a real motion for the 15,000.
Motion to approve up to $15,000 for Granite Creek Construction to repair the.
I would
septic
second
system.
that.
Miss Amy, can we take a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Bass,
Aye.
trustee Bosker,
Aye.
trustee Manning,
Aye.
trustee Mercer,
Aye.
board chair Miskowitz.
Aye.
Vice chair Oldenburg,
Aye.
trustee Ramsey.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Can, item 7D, consider approval of out-of-state travel. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion to approve out-of-state travel.
I second.
Public comment?
It's
Mr.
probably,
Ray.
it's probably changed because at 6 o'clock at 5:30 this afternoon, I got an email that Libby was moving their track meet to the same day that we were gonna go to on a track meet to out of state. So we're gonna go with Libby instead of out of state. on
So
the
you
trip.
don't need the approval right now?
I know we're not going out of state now.
Okay,
Track, at least, and track and softball are not going out of state.
okay.
Junior high's not going anywhere out of state. So.
What about for, the field trips?
No,
Anybody got
that's
We
not-
approved one last month.
Yeah.
We have
Alright.
no more
So
scheduled.
we have
It's alright,
no more
it's like,
Can I get a
Is that gonna be,
Shortest notices I got, so.
Well, fantastic, thank you.
was that Clark Fork where it was going to be?
No, we were going to St. Mary's.
Oh, quite a ways.
It was fun last time we went to, because they did these all just weird track stuff.
Alright, no, item 8, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Miss Amy, that was at 7:49.